The Boy Teacher.
Good morning, Good Shepherd. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Alexa White and I'm the Children's Ministry Director. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of somebody being up at the pulpit giving you a sermon, you, as God's children, get to be kids again and come join us in a children's ministry chapel. Today's lesson is going to be from Holy Moly, entitled The Boy Teacher. Normally, when we start class, we gather around in a circle, and I give the kids some background information, some key details to help them understand the lesson. Some of these are background information about what's going on in their society, what their cultural rules are, and who's going to be in the film. Then we watch a film that's intentionally made in gibberish so the kids use their imagination. I hope you enjoy this first part because instead of me reading those facts to you, our kids are going to share it with you. Hit it, kids!
Jesus and his family were in Jerusalem for the festival of Passover. While they were traveling home, Mary and Joseph realized Jesus was missing. They rushed back to Jerusalem, where they searched for 3 days. They found Jesus in the temple, talking to the teachers, who were amazed by his knowledge. Take a look. Here are some of the people and things in today's story. What can your child tell you about
Jesus, 12 years old? This is the only story we have about Jesus as a child. Surprises the teachers in the temple with how well he can talk about God. Foreshadows his crucifixion as resurrection when he disappears during the Passover, but is found safe with God after 3 days. LK 246. Name himself God's son.
Very weird when they can't find Jesus. Don't seem to understand who Jesus really is. Mary tells Jesus that Joseph is your father. Joseph is never mentioned again after this story. He may have died before Jesus began his adult ministry.
Great! Thank you, guys! Now we have the background information we need. And as I said before, the films are intentionally in gibberish. Usually we watch these once and then discuss what we thought they were saying, as well as what we thought of the video. But today, as a special treat, the kids are going to tell you what they think the dialogue should be. Hit it.
I'm alive! Oh. Yay!
The Boy Teacher.
It's a beautiful day and it's hopping. Yes. And I'm alive. And he's a home. And walking home. He runs against the ball. Yes. He runs against the ball and kicks it to someone. The kids are playing. Yes, the kids are playing. She just wants to be the temple. Stops. The church. And he wants to be with God. He wants to be with God. He sees a temple and he runs to it. Oh my God! He walks to it, I think. He's walking. The day turns to night. And Mary and Joseph are talking by the fire. At the camp, singing along. Right in the fire, watching when they suddenly realize, Jesus is gone. Where'd he go? Jesus! He's gone. Jesus! Have you seen our son? No. And he just got super grumpy. Surprise. The chicken was in a bird nest. We should play out your bird.
Was he there?
No. And then he says and then they fall. Yeah, she checks the door. Only finds a lover. Checks and sheep. Only finds her husband. Checks and sheep. Only finds sheep. Check under sheep. There's only sheep. Now, she's crying. She's crying in front of a temple. He says, it's okay, but she keeps crying. It has been 3 days since Jesus disappeared. What are you crying about? Please come back. And I've been 3 days. Asks, what's wrong? I lost my son, Jesus. And I haven't seen him for 3 days. He's in there. Why didn't you say so? Why are you running? This happened. He's explaining it.
So is he talking with the rabbis?
Yeah. She gets super mad. And then he's hugged. And she starts crying. And it's like, I checked in birds' nests. I found a lizard. I knew him anywhere.
Kiki's laying
I was here preaching at the temple. All are happy except those 3 guys. Answering the question.
So look, now they know God's word.
Yes.
They're colored in.
So is Mary. Woohoo! This says blah, 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 blah. The mean guys want to be mean guys. They say, no, Jesus cannot be the king. We are the king. We rule this earth. We should rule it. Jesus should not be there. Preach, preach, preach. Yes. The end. Things back to normal. Dun, dun, dun. It's not a dum, dum, dum.
Okay, so we learned that the 3 days that Jesus was missing was similar to what?
The 3 days that Jesus
was in the tomb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he died.
Mm-hmm.
He died and then rose again to meet with God, which is
Right.
kind of like this, where he is missing for 3
3
days,
days and
and then
is
he
found.
finds with God in the temple,
Mhm.
preaching about him.
Yeah. So first he was missing, and Mary was so upset she didn't know where he was. She
He checked everywhere.
She checked everywhere. Everywhere. And then he was found safe in God's house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then what was so amazing he was doing in there?
He was teaching people about God.
Yeah. But he was only 12.
Uh-huh.
How old were the other people in there?
Like 34? Oh, 50?
Yeah, they had probably studied their whole lives. And here comes this 12-year-old who knows more than them. That's kind of crazy.
Maybe like about them. Like
Uh-huh.
as much as them, but he's super little, kind of.
Right. Yeah. And then Mary comes in. She finds out.
She's furious. She's yelling at him.
Uh-huh.
And then she's like, I miss you so much. And then she explained where she checked everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then all of them get colored in.
Uh-huh. So then,
Except the 3 people.
mm-hmm. There were 3 other teachers.
They won't see the preacher.
Yeah, they
They
didn't.
don't like God. They don't like God. Or maybe they
Right.
do.
No, they just don't like Jesus because he's smarter than everyone and they want to be the leaders.
Yeah.
If they're selfish.
And they didn't want to follow a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
a 12-year-old.
And so Jesus was found okay, and Mary saw that it was okay, and she forgave him because he was in God's house, right? Safe with God?
Yeah.
If you ever disappeared for 3 days and then you told your parents you were in a church, do you think they would react as nicely as Mary?
No.
No, what would happen to you?
Yeah.
They would be happy you were safe?
I'd be happy.
Happy that they were safe, but
I would, my mom might. What would I eat?
yeah.
Mac and cheese.
You could. Where would I get mac and cheese?
Fish?
You could buy it. No,
You
you
could
could go into
likely
the school
eat fish.
kitchen. You could go into the school. You could go into the church kitchen and make some. Oh yes, I would eat the leftovers from coffee hour.
They would probably. Oh.
Okay. So, isn't it cool?
Not be very healthy.
Isn't it cool that even at such a young age you can know about God and have your heart be full? Yeah, and then you can also teach other people about God, and then they can be happy like that too? Yeah. Cool. Okay, everybody wave. Bye. One of the neat activities that we sometimes do, and we did with this one before we started our project, was to show kids that they too, like Jesus, belong to different groups, and that that's okay, and that's normal, and that it creates a firm foundation for us. So for example, we said, if you have green eyes, go over there. And if you're wearing a blue shirt, go over here. And if you have brown hair, stand with me. And if you're wearing tennis shoes, go over there. And if you have a smile on your face, come back to me. And so we showed the kids that they kept moving around into different groups because they belong in more than one place. Just like Jesus, he discovered not only did he belong with his family and his friends and his community, but he also belonged in the temple in his Father's house, just like you and me. So our project reinforced that. The kids wrote down the people that they believed they belonged with, and we created our own temple so that we remember no matter what, we always belong with God and with Jesus. Now, usually at this point, when we've completed the project, it's time for our closing prayer, and then we head back to the sanctuary to join our families for communion. Between services, we have what we call a kids club. And in kids club, we give kids the opportunity to build their favorite scenes from our lesson with Legos. I'm so proud of the kids. They did such an awesome job with their builds for this. And I really wanted to take a few minutes just to show them off. So here we have all the kids working together to create these different scenes from the movie. I hope you recognize some of them and they make you chuckle. I just love the detail the kids were able to add working together. This is the village where they stopped for the night. The grumpy old man they asked. Even the birdhouse that they checked in. They find Jesus safe at the temple. Jesus is never gone. He will never leave us. And I hope you enjoyed this sneak peek into children's programming.
Holy moly, are we having fun?